I'm Jai'Nya. I go to Aiken High School. I'm a sophomore. Never been a sophomore before. I got involved with WordPlay when I was 12 years old. Through my history teacher, actually. He thought it would be a good idea because I was shy. Didn't like nobody. I really didn't, truly. And he thought this would be like a good experience for me.
And I'm Theresa. I'm an English professor and a writer and an author. And I got involved with the WordUP program as the coordinator of that program, which is our teen program at Aiken High School. I want to say back in, I don't know, it's been like 8 years. It's been a while. 2013 or 2014 is when I started volunteering with WordPlay. And shortly after that, I started doing the WordUp program. And I love it. What do you love about WordPlay, Jai'Nya?
I love that everyone has their own way of doing things, the diversity. It's very versatile. I love that even if something that you wrote, anything like that, even if it doesn't make sense, it's still beautiful. And people don't judge it and, like, think that it's weird or strange or anything. Because I can't really do that other places. Like, whenever I'm with someone, I'm like, hey, read this. And they'll be like, huh? What does this mean? But there, it's just like, that was beautiful. You can just stay confused. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're a space where we really try to be encouraging and accepting and just have fun with language. And we talk about serious things and have conversations that are important about social justice or about writing and the future and about preparing for college and that kind of thing. But primarily, we try to have fun with each other and build a community. And I think my favorite thing is learning from the WordPlay students. I think they teach me. I'm 45 years old, and Jai'Nya is 15, but she teaches me things all the time, every session.
Okay. What do you love about Jai'Nya? Me.
I think Jai'Nya is so brave and such a risk taker in her writing. And I can give Jai'Nya a prompt, an idea, even a word. Like last week I gave you a word, sidereal, which means of or related to the distant stars. And it was a word I had recently learned. And I just suggested that we do something with that word. And Jai'Nya comes to any idea like that with so much creativity and such an open mind, and does just amazing things with her words. And another thing that I love about Jai'Nya is that at the beginning of every session, I always say, what have you been reading or writing? What do you want to share? And she's always willing to share her stuff. What do you love about Theresa?
Okay. What I love about Theresa so much is that, like, the way that she says things, the way that she comes, like, the gentleness in her voice, but it's also assertive. It's never, like, passive. You always feel it, even if she doesn't want you to. Everything that she writes is always great. She's definitely a wordsmith. Better than me, per se.
Nah, just different.
So a while back, there was a Parkland shooting. And they told us to write about how we felt about that. And write about, we had options, of course. Write about from the victim's perspective, from the victim's parents' perspective, or the person that caused those victims to be victims. And I'm very proud of the piece I did because I've never been in that kind of situation, but it's almost like imagine if you were them. Imagine if you were any of them. Imagine if you were the person that had to run from those bullets. Imagine if you were the one letting those bullets go. Imagine if you were the parent or the loved one of someone that didn't make it from those bullets. Didn't make it out of that school that day. That didn't come home. You wouldn't expect that. So, yeah, that's something I'm really proud of. That was something I felt really passionate about, and it made me really happy.
I remember that piece. And I also remember the collaborative letter that we wrote to the principal of Aiken High School asking if you all could participate in the walkout in March and raise awareness about school shootings and violence in schools. And it was persuasive. The principal agreed, and you all ended up on the news.
Yeah,
And it was really cool.
It snowed. It was the first day of spring, I think, and it snowed. I didn't have my jacket at all. I was out there like with the sign, just short sleeves on. I'm like, it is freezing, but this is great.
It was a really powerful and persuasive letter.
Yeah, it was chaotic at first, trying to get everyone out, but it was overall great. Everyone participated. Everyone felt it. As students, I feel like we all came together.
But that was an example of a time when the writing had a real-world material impact. And I think that's why it's so memorable. What about you? What are you hoping to write?
I hope to write about things that I'm not necessarily familiar with, like writing about things that would give you a serotonin boost. Usually the things that I write about are passionate, but it's about something bad that's happened, or it always has like a certain like melancholy feel to it. So I want to write about something that'll make you happy. Like, sometimes I write about things that are funny, but I want to combine that joy and funniness.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I would love to read that thing when you write it. What do you think has changed in your life since you have been working with WordPlay and in the WordUP program?
I think that I have opened my third eye. I'm kidding. Okay. I've seen things.
I love that answer.
I have seen things differently. More open to other things that I'm not necessarily comfortable with. Usually, if I'm thinking about something, I'll keep it in my head. Like, I'll have an idea for something like really cool that you can write, and I'll forget it. I won't write it down, and I can express myself with people that understand and won't necessarily be confused. So yeah, that's definitely a big thing that's changed. I've met new people as well, so that's cool.
Same. I have also met new people. I think WordUp especially, the teens in WordUp, including Jai'Nya, give me a lot of hope for our future. I always end a WordUp session feeling inspired and happy and just a little bit better about the world, you know? I'm going to choose inspirational. I feel like Jai'Nya is an inspiration to me and the other people in the WordUp program. In fact, she recently had a birthday, and I wrote her a poem about how inspirational she is to me. And so that's my word, inspirational.
It's been something lovely. I will say that. It's been something really lovely.